Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Football Terrace. I hope you're all doing wonderfully well wherever you are around the world right now. Very late night stream for us here. Of course, we had the big preview of Tottenham versus Manchester United that was hosted this evening, so we weren't delving into the transfer market. But a couple of big stories have emerged during that time that we wanted to discuss with you and of course give you the opportunity here at the Football Terrace FC community to discuss and speak about. As an example, one of the biggest pieces of news which has certainly picked up a bit of traction, but people feel there's almost a reluctancy from people to believe it's true, and I'm in the same space. I'm in the same space in terms of not wanting to go full hog in believing this, but Duncan Castle's being one. And of course, the very intriguing in the know PL account who has got the Godfrey to Everton deal absolutely accurate hours before everybody else, have confirmed this evening that Manchester United have submitted a new, in their words, official bid to Borussia Dortmund. Now, both their amounts differ. What the in the know account compared to Duncan Castles have said, how they have broken their deal down, differs from one another. But they've both reported that Man United have submitted a new bid. And it's anybody's guess as to whether or not this is going to work, whether Dembele and Sarr are actually going to be the backups. What's going on with Tellus? We hear that tomorrow, if Man United don't complete the Tellus deal tomorrow, that's it. That's it. There have been big reports of the same private airline who flew for Manchester United, who flew Donny van der Beek to the UK, have this evening had a flight go from Dortmund to Luton. And of course, people are assuming that Jadon Sancho is on that, or a Man United representative at the very least was on it. My answer is I don't know. Because what do you think? I almost don't have an opinion on it. We've got to that stage. What I think will be very interesting in relation to this Jadon Sancho situation is come 1:25 tomorrow. 1:25, 1:30, when Borussia Dortmund's team is announced. If Sancho is nowhere near that first team, and if Sancho isn't at the stadium, I think that's going to set tongues a wagging. I think suddenly there'll be an influx of confidence from Manchester United fans in relation to this deal. What would be hugely positive is if Man United could announce the Alex Tellus deal tomorrow. If Sancho isn't ready to be announced at this moment in time, I think it would appease a lot of people. But there appears to be a lot of pressure on Man United right now. There's certainly a lot of anxiety and stress amongst the fan base. I don't think that can be denied in any way, shape, or form. But to reiterate again, it has been reported this evening that Manchester United have submitted a new bid into Borussia Dortmund. And whether you want to believe that or not is entirely up to you, and that you're well within your rights to. We are just here to give you the news. Aside from that, Dalot's move, his 1-year loan move to AC Milan, has been confirmed. And I think that's good for all parties involved. It's difficult to sell a player that, we wanted, I heard 30 million euros for him, which I think is fair because, we're starting to really try and get good prices for our players now. There's rumors that Man United are about to get a £25 million bid in for Dan James. Let me tell you this, you sign a player for 15 million quid, he has an average season, and you sell him on for £25 million. It's not bad business. It's not bad business. But the low's going, which I think is good for everybody, frees up some salary, gets him off the books. And one thing I don't think Man United have done well enough in recent years is utilize the loan market for selling on unwanted players. And we've ended up, you think about the Danny Welbecks, the Chicharitos, as for example, players I think we've let go for such low fees. We would have been, excuse me, let's get that out very late. I would have preferred to have seen us loan those players for a year. Maybe they could have done well away on loan. You can get more bang for your buck in the transfer market. Chelsea are the masters, the absolute masters of doing this. They tend not to have a player have a really bad season and then just sell the player. They tend to loan them out, create a bit of a market for that individual, and then sell them at a premium. It's very, very smart, and it's very, very clever indeed. So, yeah, it's an interesting one from that point of view. Let's delve into some of your live comments here. Jason Jackson says, Sancho isn't happening. Quicker you boys realize it and accept this, less harsh the disappointment will be. It's not really about that, Jace. I think you've got to understand. Of course, there's moments where we'll be excited and pissed off and sad and whatnot. What you're saying is it's not really about. It doesn't come down, certainly not for me, it doesn't come down to that. I'm here on the Football Terrace to report the biggest news that's going around. And the Jadon Sancho one's here. If there hadn't been news reports this evening of a new bid going in, we wouldn't be doing a video right now. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. Sadiq here, one of our members, says, yes, he is coming to United. I wouldn't go that far. Listen, even if he's not in the squad tomorrow, even if there's rumors we've seen him on the plane, I would slow down. I would slow down in relation to that news. That would be my view anyway. For what my view is worth, if you think my view is worth anything, that's what I'd be looking at. Terry, you will get insomnia because of Sancho. Not really, bro. I sleep very well. I sleep very, very well indeed. So yeah, no problems or issues there at all. Make sure you're hitting that like button, please, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't forget to do that. Jan said he won't play. Well, this is the thing. People are saying he won't play and he'll be on the bench. What do you read into that? Because if Paul Pogba was linked with a big move to Real Madrid and he sat on our bench, or we said he was out with a chest infection, the reaction would be we're liars. The reaction would be you cannot be telling the truth. The reaction would be he's definitely leaving. The one thing I would say here is we have such little faith in Woodward & Co. to get this done. It's unbelievable. Some super chats here. First one said, pretty sure nothing will happen. This board can kiss my backside. Ollie will be fired within 2 months and we will be back to square one, is what Ollie In says. Orlando here says, man like Orlando showing support to the Football Terrace. He says, all the way from the Dominican Republic. I trust Ollie. Woodward is not a football man. My bro, I appreciate the donation, first of all. And thank you for watching all the way over there in the Dominican Republic. Terry, percentage-wise, how confident am I that Sancho's coming? Wow. Right now, 40%. That's my view. It's dropped massively. It's dropped massively from what I thought it would be. And that's because it's gone on this long and there's still an outside chance. There's still a possibility that can happen. But we're messing about. And I think the fact that we haven't signed Tellus yet is, I think that's making me more nervous. I feel like if we would have landed him, we would have gone the full hog, but we haven't. Haytham here says he's watching from New York. Thank you. One of my members here in New York. Appreciate that, my bro. Thank you. Let's do some more of these comments here. Stop milking it. Take the L and get some sleep. Your team is fine as long as you get to tell us. It's not really about milking it, is it? As I said before, you know, we will review the big news. You know, tomorrow, undoubtedly, we'll be doing the story about Arsenal and OR. We'll be covering the story. Hudson-Odoi may be going to Bayern Munich. All these things are big stories. And we'll be covering them. It's not about us milking it or over talking about it. It's out there in the media. It's out there to be discussed, and it needs to be discussed. It's as simple and it's as straightforward as that. Josh here says, I'm watching from the British Virgin Islands. Well, hello to you over there, my friend. Fozil here says, where will United finish if they get Dembele and not Sancho? That really depends upon two elements. One, is Dembele an Ollie signing and how fit Dembele stays? If Dembele stays fit and he's an Ollie signing, we make the top four. We have a good season. If he's not an Ollie signing and or he's injured for the majority of the season, it will be detrimental to Manchester United Football Club, in my very humble opinion. Hello there to Isoma, who is watching from Senegal. First time I think I've seen anyone comment from Senegal before. Hello to you, my friend. Anthony, he says, Terry, because of how bad this window has gone, will you finally get a director of football from a Sainsbury's night shift? Listen, I doubt they're going to do it. I doubt they're going to make any changes. I really do doubt it. I really, really do. JK here says, how is there even an Ollie out brigade when our board acts the way they do? He's managing with one hand tied behind his back. Do you know what, JK? I still think Ollie, there should be an expectation on Ollie to get a good quality, a good and consistent level of football out of this team over the course of the season. I'm not worried about this early stages myself, but it needs to improve. And, you know, he's got some top class, you know, we've got two or three excellent goalkeepers, an excellent right back, an excellent centre back in Maguire, some good young up and coming talent in those areas as well. Bailly is a good player. You've got Pogba, Van de Beek, Bruno, Matic, Fred in our midfield, which is excellent. And then you've got attacking players like Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford. You should be getting good level performances out of this team. But you are right in terms of being threadbare. You start to scratch beyond that, and it's pretty weak. And that's what we've all been talking about. You know, we needed to add, you know, we've seen Pereira go out. I mean, is Van der Beek the Pereira replacement? That is okay. You'd say that's an improvement there, but we've still got that hole on the right-hand side that hasn't been addressed for a number of years. It just isn't good enough. And there is no defending it. If they don't pull it off, I can sit back and be patient all summer because I don't want to panic and throw my toys out my pram. But if you don't deliver in the end, I'm going to turn on you in the same way everybody else does. I think that's a fair way to look at things. Joshua King incoming. He missed Bournemouth's game tonight. Yeah, maybe Josh King will come to Man United. If Josh King comes in instead of Jadon Sancho, it's a huge dip. Huge dip. There's no doubt about that. Have you seen the fixtures after the internationals? We're gonna have injuries, and this is worrying. Yeah, listen, I understand people worrying about the fixture congestion, and as I've said, you know, we've got quite a threadbare squad. If you start scratching below the surface, I do think other clubs are as worried. If I'm being honest, they might be pretending they're not because their clubs have kind of have got away so far this season without being overly ridiculed. But I don't think Man United's season in terms of league position and ability in cups is going to be as bad as people are making out. Now, my feeling towards the Glazers, I completely agree with people. I oppose them with every ounce of my being. Our season's going to fall apart. I'm going to end up 7th. That kind of talk. I'm not buying into that just yet. But we will see. It could end up being that bad. Let's do some more of these. Thomas Partey to Chelsea. Yes, I saw that as well this evening. That would be, again, I don't necessarily think that Chelsea should be focusing on buying more players at this stage. I think they've got enough and should be really focusing on trying to get their squad to gel. But who knows? They might go and pull that off. You never know with them. You never, ever know with them. Let's do a couple more. Yeah, loads of people here saying Partey to Chelsea. I can see that. Mandy here says, hello, I love your live updates for Manchester United. MS from Gambia. I wish we get Jadon. You know what? Big up yourself over there in Gambia. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope we get him as well. I do hope we get him as well. Terry, can I be a moderator again? Yeah, we're not adding new moderators at the moment, but when we do, I'll definitely consider you my friend. But listen, just a little quick update from me this evening before I go and get myself a little bit of sleep. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Got the Aouar news to look at, the Partey news to look at, the what's another bit of news as well? Tell us, and all sorts of other bits and bobs. Covering, of course, the Chelsea Palace game for a watch along and live reaction phoning as well. So much football to cover for you this weekend. But until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Good night. God bless, and we'll see you all soon.